mean, as we evolve, our points of view evolve, our memories evolve. Also, I mean, neurobiologically speaking, our memories change each time we remember something, which is why, I mean, this is a story that in my work that really illustrates this is I was writing my memoir Devotion, sitting right here where I'm talking to you. Nothing's changed. This is like more than 10 years ago. And I got to a part in that book where I realized I was writing one scene that I had written about before in my memoir Slow Motion a decade earlier. And I could have, like, Slow Motion's in that bookcase right there. I could have turned around and grabbed it and like looked and seen what I had written 10 years earlier. And I didn't. And it was, and I didn't on purpose. I wanted to write the scene. And it was the moment that I found out that my father had died. And I was 23 years old, and it was February 23rd, 1986, and it was a freezing cold day, very, very clear blue sky. I was wearing a black skirt and a gold silk blouse because it was the 80s, and high-heeled boots, as one did. And as I wrote the scene, my uncle, my father's younger brother, came into the hospital. My father had been in a car crash. And he said, where, and he knew my father had died. And he said, "Where's your father?" And I said, he's still up his body is still in his hospital room. And my uncle said some version of, "How could you have allowed his body to be left unattended?" Because in Orthodox Judaism, my father's family were Orthodox Jews, it is completely not okay to leave a body unattended from the moment of death until the moment of burial. And the feeling that I had was I had failed my father. And I, like, my lack of knowledge of the Jewish law, that I was once again an outsider in my family. And so after I finished the scene, I went back and I got Slow Motion, and I found the scene in slow motion and I reread it. Same date, same outfit, same weather, same spot I was standing in the hallway. My half sister walks into the hospital and says, "Where's Dad's body?" Pretty much the same conversation and the same after effect of the conversation, which is that I felt that I had failed my father, that I had not known, that I was an outsider, that I had screwed up, that I couldn't fix it. So here was this fascinating situation, because never for a second did I think I should align these two scenes now. Was it my uncle? Was it my sister? Well, my uncle was dead. I couldn't ask him. My half sister, I suppose I could have asked, but would her memory have been more true than mine? Would my memory have been truer 10 years earlier or 10 years later? So in my memory, the one detail was who said, either one of them could have said it. It was in character, completely plausible for either one of them to say it. The most important thing was my emotional response was still the same. Like what happened and what my response was still the same. So I let it stand because I thought it would make a really interesting teaching point, and because it was true to memory, which is what memoir is. It's not true to, the facts. We don't have the facts. I mean, I am, like an object lesson in how we don't have the facts. I mean, but even with less dramatic stories than mine, we just don't. What we have is our perception.
Right.